My family, my family. I know y'all done been to IKEA before, and if you have, you probably ate lunch and had these Swedish meatballs before. Man, they taste amazing. But this is my way of doing it. So they look a little different, but the concept is the same. Stay tuned, and I'm show you exactly how I do it. All right, first off, to my Swedish people, don't kill me in the comment section. I know you guys are very sensitive about this dish, but I'm just doing a replica of that. I'm using the ingredients that I can get my hands on to make this dish, and I will try my best to represent this dish as best as I can. All right, so let's get to it. Here's the meat. We have beef and pork. Here we have our heavy whipping cream. We have our beef base. We have our butter. We have our garlic paste. We have our 2 whole eggs. We have fresh parsley. We have vegetable cubes. We have fresh onion, white pepper. We have black pepper. We have fresh garlic cloves. We have allspice. We have salt. We have breadcrumbs. We have Dijon mustard, our flour that we're going to mix with the butter and make a roux for the sauce. We have our W sauce and we have our soy sauce. All right, go ahead and organize yourself. Let's move to the next step. Okay, in Sweden, chefs usually take the onions and grate them. They usually grate them to get the onion juice and a really soft textured onion to add to the bread with a little bit of cream and let it sit for about 5 minutes or so until it gets soggy. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and use the fresh diced onion and garlic. All right, now here's our breadcrumbs. All right, we have our salt. We have our black pepper. Next, we have our pimento berries or allspice. Now, I have a mortar that I use to grind this up. If you can't find this at your local grocery store or your local Asian market, you can order a spice grinder. They have them on Amazon, or you could probably get them at Walmart. Okay, we have our 2 whole eggs. Okay, here's our heavy cream. We're going to use a 1/2 cup, and then we're going to see how it feels. And if we need more, we can add more. Go ahead and put on some gloves, and let's go ahead and mix the meat. But whatever you do, just don't overwork the meat. Try your best not to overwork it, but just evenly incorporate everything until it looks like this. Go ahead and grab your 1/4 measuring cup, and let's go ahead and form my meatballs. Now, I'm not gonna lie. When I went to IKEA for the first time and tried these, I was like, man, these things taste amazing. But these things look like the size of marbles. I was pissed off. The money I spent on these things, I'm like, nah, I gotta make these myself. So that what made me come home and make them myself. And I said, I'm gonna make them the size I want them. So when you go there, trust me, you're gonna see them and they're gonna be half the size of these. But if you make them yourself, you're gonna be more satisfied than you will be going to IKEA. No shade to IKEA, but the size, they're not big enough for me. Pause. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is go ahead and form my meatballs. Now again, use your palm of your hands, roll them, but don't overwork them. Just form them into meatballs, get every one of them nice and uniform, and then after that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the searing part. Okay, inside the skillet, we went on ahead and added a tablespoon of olive oil, and then we got our heat set to medium, and we add our meatballs directly in. Now, we're gonna cook these down just to brown them. As you can see, we're not gonna fully cook these because we're gonna put these in the sauce later and let them go ahead and simmer and cook thoroughly, slowly later on. So just cook them on each side, brown them, and then after that, take them out, put them on a sheet tray, let them rest, and then we're gonna start our sauce afterwards. All right, here's the point where you want to take them out. You don't want to cook them all the way through, as I said before, so just cook them halfway through, brown them, take them out, put the next batch in, brown them, take those out. Then we're going to remove some of the fat from the pan, and then we're going to add some butter to start making our roux. And by the way, This is non-salted butter. I'm using this one because we already have salt in the meatballs. We have salt in the W sauce and the soy sauce. And we don't want this salty. So make sure when you do this, use non-salted butter. And for the roux, you want to get equal parts of flour and butter. So I use a little bit more than 3 tablespoons of butter. And then we use pretty much the same thing, a little bit more than 3 tablespoons of flour. And once you cook off the rawness of the flour, go ahead and add your wet mixture, which consists of water, beef base, and vegetable cubes. Here's what it looked like before we start adding the rest of our dry ingredients. So we have our white pepper, we have our W sauce, and we have our soy sauce. And last but not least, we have our Dijon mustard. Now I'm not gonna lie, this right here adds so much flavor to this dish, I promise you. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and add our heavy cream. I added maybe like a cup of heavy cream, and notice the heavy cream changed the color of the sauce. It gives it a tan look versus that real dark look that we had before. And this is familiar because when you normally get Swedish meatballs, it has this nice tan look to it, and that's what we're looking for. Now notice it's smooth, there's no lumps, everything looks good, and it's thick enough to coat the spoon, but not exactly finished yet. So we're gonna go ahead and add the meatballs to it, let this reduce, and then we're gonna go ahead and get some of that juice from the meat to kind of go ahead and flavor the sauce a little bit more. And once we reduce it down, we're gonna go ahead and plate up. Okay, look how good this looks. Look at the size of the pan. It reduced a lot. And this is why you don't want to add a whole bunch of salt to this meal. Go ahead and spoon the sauce over every meatball, mix it up, make sure everything is evenly mixed. Let it reduce a little bit more. And let's plate this up. Okay, I have my fresh homemade mashed potatoes. You can use mash, or you can use egg noodles, or you can eat it by itself. You don't have to have no starch at all. But for me, I'm going with the mashed potatoes. Go ahead and add them on top of the mash, spoon over that gravy, add some garnish, and enjoy. All right, boom, there you have it. This is my version, or my take, on IKEA's Swedish meatballs. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share this video because it definitely helps my channel grow. I appreciate you. Let me know in the comment section what you think, and we'll see you on the next one.